Hi, my name is Michelle, and this is my introductory speech, my empathetic life. Have you ever heard a sad song, or watched a sad movie, or even heard a overwhelming emotional story and had an overwhelming response to it? Or maybe even experienced a little bit of a message that you were hearing and felt that excitement as if you were there? This is called empathy. And I seem to be abnormally empathetic or sensitive. When I experience empathy, it is full of the emotional responses that would normally be given if you were in the first person, if you were there. For example, my friend tells me a story about how her dog had passed away. And I am sobbing uncontrollably. I am not just thinking about the loss that she suffered, but I'm also adding my own experience losing a dog as a child, and it was very, very, very emotional for me. There is also this interesting sensitivity to the emotional status in a room. When I walk into a room, sometimes I can sense the mood. I pay very close attention to my environment, and I seem to have a very good emotional radar. I can sense the mood of a person at times without speaking to them, and later confirming my suspicions of their mood, and either empathetically discussing their situation or withdrawing due to the intensity of how bad it is. Sharing feelings with another person helps you to see things from their perspective when you're talking with them. And in my experience, sometimes it weighs heavier on me. It can also help me be sensitive to the emotions, the emotional state of others, and this is helpful. It's helpful to avoid undesired responses or negative responses because I can pick my timing better. Maybe not talk to them when they're in a bad mood. It helps me in my job. My job, I work with elderly people, and I take care of them. And sometimes they don't feel very well, and they get really cranky and short with you and bossy. And I've seen people working in my field that don't take it very well. It's harder for me to not take it very well. I usually have so much empathy for them, and that I'm easier on them. When other caregivers come, sometimes I don't like this person. I don't want to work with this person anymore. They're not nice to me. They don't appreciate me. We all want to feel appreciated, and that I understand as well. It can be embarrassing sometimes. Empathy can be embarrassing, especially when I'm listening to a song on the radio and it gets my heartstrings, pulls on them. I'm the one who is dancing with the mop in the kitchen window or crying in traffic next to you. It happens in public, it happens in private. I wish I had more control over it. I know empathy is common to all people, or at least we hope it is. Having this is a blessing and a curse to the degree at which I have experienced it in my life. For one thing, my friends, when they want a person that is empathetic or that can sympathize or understand or some support and backup, they'll call me. I'm the first one on the list. However, I'm not all that helpful when you're an emotional mess and, like in family matters. Sometimes I could be on both sides of an issue, and that could be a problem when you're trying to sort things out. I'm not helpful there. I've also been known to be a little dramatic. So I have a hard time holding back my tears. Empathy is the ability to share the feelings and perspectives of another. Sometimes this is valuable to me, and I feel so blessed to have it. Sometimes it's hard for me to be helpful in a situation when I'm feeling the same amount of anxiety as the other person is that's in the situation. It's helpful at work, and it keeps me in perspective. And it's embarrassing at times, too, when it's difficult for me to hold back my tears. when something's got my heartstrings, especially in like music and things like that. Empathy is driven by our emotional connection to people and our ability to understand and how they feel. Maybe you have a powerful empathy. I don't find many people that experience it on the level that I do. So in this way, it seems unique to me. Thank you for listening.